Today on Open Minds UFO Report, mysterious orbs caught on video over Lake Tahoe, similar orbs photographed in Oregon, a low-flying UFO caught on video in Michigan, and the mayor of Montreal's teenage UFO story. Your Open Minds UFO Report starts now. Hello and welcome to Open Minds UFO Report. My name is Alejandro Rojas. We were recently contacted by a man that says he caught several mysterious white orb UFOs on video over Lake Tahoe during a recent vacation. He is adamant that the movement of the objects proves they are not balloons, and he believes they are something much more mysterious. On April 10th at about 6 p.m. while on vacation at Lake Tahoe, Mario Coderre says he saw 7 luminous objects floating high in the sky. They were changing position and flying at different speeds. He tried to record them, but it was so bright out that he could not see the video screen, so he just shot his camera in their direction and hoped for the best. He says when he watched the video, he saw that there were more than 7 similar objects in the sky. The UFOs are hard to spot, but he says if you use at least a 24-inch monitor, you can see them. On May 7th, he began to post the videos on YouTube under the name Daniel Neem2. On his video, Coderre writes, "ET on vacation, the lights are very small." Coderre believes the objects seem to be hiding in the clouds, almost as if they knew he was filming them. He is certain they are not balloons because he says they are changing directions, flew at different speeds, and seem to move in and out of the clouds purposefully. He calls them lights, but he thinks they also might have been reflecting the sun. Coderre has posted several videos of the objects, and in a couple videos he slowed them down so they can be seen better. He says to see them best you have to pause the video periodically. Small white orbs are a common type of UFO, especially in daylight sightings. Similar objects have made news reports in Colorado and Utah in the past couple of years. In order to find out more about the latest on these daytime orbs, we talked to Erica Lukes, the Utah State Director of the Mutual UFO Network. All right, so we were just talking about this Lake Tahoe UFO, these white orbs. You are the State Director of the Mutual UFO Network, also known as MUFON in Utah, and you've been getting a lot of these white orb sightings as well, right?
You know what, we have been getting a lot of orb sightings. Specifically, we had a sighting on October 2nd last year. We saw 5 to 7 orbs. We had reports coming in from news agencies, people from all over the valley, and they saw these objects. But the interesting thing is the objects were actually over highly restricted airspace. They were there in the same location for up to an hour, some witnesses reported, and then they separated and moved away rather quickly. In some cases that when I talked to witnesses, there were also military aircraft in the area.
Wow, and that's similar to, I know the news in Colorado last year, they went out to go investigate these UFOs, and they saw them themselves, and the reporter caught some video that was similar to what you're talking about. He said it stood still for a period of time before zooming off, so he didn't feel this was a balloon.
No, and it's interesting because there are people that have been investigating the case, and some of them kind of went towards the Google Loon theory. And to me, you know, I looked at all the transponder data. There was no transponder data. If it was in fact a Google Loon balloon, you would think that would be available. I don't believe that they would be testing Google Loon balloons in a restricted airspace or in the flight corridor for the international airport. So to me, the Google Loon hypothesis doesn't really hold a lot of water, but we're still investigating. It's an open case until we get the radar data back from the FAA.
So the Google Loon balloons, like you mentioned, these are Google balloons, and supposedly they can maneuver on their own, and at least one sighting in Colorado had turned out to be one. However, you feel that, and it seems like this reporter felt, that the characteristics of a lot of these white orbs don't fit what the Google balloons can do.
No, they don't. And first of all, when they're launching Google Loon balloons, they're doing it in, airspace that wouldn't potentially cause any harm to anyone. They're also, they're very secretive about when they launch the Google Loon balloons. We couldn't get a lot of information out of them, but they don't behave the way these objects were reported to have behaved. And in some cases, we've got really good video footage. They're moving incredibly quickly, changing directions. And that's something that you don't see with a balloon.
All right, great. Well, you're still investigating, like you said. You've looked for, or you're trying to get some radar data. So we'll check back with you in a few weeks.
Yes, please do. It's never a dull moment, and we're getting more case reports every day with regards to this type of phenomena. So definitely keep me in mind, and I'll keep you posted.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
White luminous orbs were also seen in Oregon and captured in photographs, according to a recently posted UFO sighting report on MUFON's website. This sighting took place on September 19, 2014, at about 8 p.m. The witness says he and his friend were driving through the plains of Forest Grove when his friend spotted a large, bright, circular light in the sky. The witness wrote, "All of a sudden, my friend spots a big, bright, circular light in the sky, just stationary, a little bit above the horizon. As they watched the object, it reportedly began to split into multiple pieces. At first, it split into 3 separate orbs of light, and then it split again. The witness says the object formed 4 circles that then turned into 5, and then 6 circles in no uniform pattern." The witness wrote, "This happened over the course of about 4 to 5 minutes. Then the 6 orbs or circles stayed stationary in the air until we drove out of view about 5 to 8 minutes later." The witness had captured 10 images that were posted on MUFON's website, along with the sighting report. A witness in Hazel Park, Michigan, also caught a UFO on video. The witness described the object as orange in color and oval-shaped with uneven edges. The object was reportedly moving low to the ground. This UFO sighting was also reported to MUFON. The witness says the object was first spotted above Michigan's I-75 highway. The witness watched the object for about a minute, beginning at about 10:20 p.m., before losing sight of the object behind a tree. The witness described the object and explained why the UFO was not a Chinese lantern. The witness writes, "During that 1-minute time, it moved from a position over I-75 from almost precisely west to east. My first thought was that it was a Chinese lantern because of the orange color. I quickly changed my mind for 3 reasons. 1, it was far too large to the naked eye to be a Chinese lantern. 2, it was moving far too fast east to west to simply be carried by the wind. Also, its movement was constant and steady. 3, it did not have smooth round edges." As for the object itself, the witness wrote, "Not only was it somewhat oblong horizontally, but along the visible edges there were pieces that appeared to be sticking out from the body of the object. I looked carefully to see if this was an effect of shimmering light or the like. I am convinced this is not the case. This was an abnormal object." The witness caught the object on video with a cell phone, although the witness admits the video is of poor quality. A Montreal news blog recently highlighted a YouTube video showing their mayor, Denny Coderre, as a teen, discussing why he believes in UFOs and describing his own UFO sighting. The interview has been posted on YouTube and took place at a science fair.
Puis qui flottait comme qui flottait dans les airs. Là, l'objet bougeait.
Although the interview is in French, it was translated by MTL blog writer Jeremy Hazan. Hazan writes that the interviewer asked Coderre why he was fascinated with UFOs. According to Hazan, Coderre replies, "It's because of his love for astronomy. He claims that one night when he was observing the night sky, he saw a UFO. He said the object appeared out of nowhere and floated through the air, suddenly stopping in its tracks and heading back in the other direction." Coderre claimed that this was the moment he knew it was not an object from our world. Coderre has been mayor since November 2013 and served as a Liberal member of Parliament from 1997 until 2013. That's your Open Minds UFO report for today. You can find these stories and more at openminds.tv. We post fresh UFO news daily. You can also follow us on Twitter at Open Minds TV, and you can find us on Facebook. Don't forget to register for the International UFO Congress, the Guinness World Record-holding largest UFO convention. Early registration is open now, so reserve your spot at the lowest price available all year at ufocongress.com. Let us know if you enjoyed today's episode by liking the episode on YouTube and leaving us your comments in the section below. You can also download our podcast, Open Minds UFO Radio, on iTunes or at openminds.tv/radio. Thanks again for joining us today. For Open Minds TV, I'm Alejandro Rojas.